live on Backagent, and all of the links that are on here are also live. So we're going to talk about this. All right, first we're going to talk about why we use social media and why we want to increase our Google ranking. The reason is 63% of companies say it's increased. We're talking reducing marketing costs, reducing support costs, and essentially increasing revenue by as much as 24%. So think about what 24% would add to your bottom line. Vanessa's like, 24% of nothing is still better than 24% of nothing. Social media is the most effective marketing channel, as you can see, and like Google AdWords or something like that, people would take out those ads and do those like on the side of the page for Google. Those are the non-organic links. That's really gone way down in effectiveness. It's the organic search marketing that's really increased. And organic search marketing meaning when someone Googles you, what do they find? Someone Googles you, Mr. Robinson. How are we doing by taking out the bear?
I haven't checked.
Haven't checked in a while? Okay. We'll talk about that as well. Display advertising is way down in effectiveness. We're talking 5.7%. Print advertising is down to 20% in effectiveness. Review sites are increasing in pop, right? You need one. I'll go over that too. But we'll talk about that. So, today I'm going to teach you how to market like a rock star. This is my favorite type of stuff to talk about, so I get really energized. All right, step 1, Google yourself. I want you to Google yourself. Now, obviously I have a pointed advantage here. There's not a whole lot of Shaunas and Marithas in the world. So you Google me, what do you find? Well, I own the first 17 pages of Google organically. How did I do that? By creating content. It's all there on Google. So you look for me, I'm pretty easy to find. Now, Jonathan, you're at a little bit of a disadvantage because there are a few Jonathan Robinsons out there. So that's when we're going to get into why we need to do personal branding. Vanessa, you're probably right. You'll probably be all right. But what I want you to do is take a screenshot of your results. Everybody knows how to take a screenshot, right? Just print screen and save it in Paint or something like that. Then what I want you to do is rinse and repeat this process every 30 days. I Google myself every 30 days and I Google the office every 30 days to see what's changed, you know, how I can improve the ranking, because the only thing consistent in technology has changed. Same is true of Google rankings. And the way that I remind myself to do this is I work off of a task calendar in Outlook, and I just set a recurring task every 30 days to remind me to Google myself. Then what I do is I print this out, I hang it up on my little cubby hole in my desk, and I write so that I can go over and say, okay, it's time to do this again. And then, you know, I keep it in a binder so I can analyze my results. Step 2. This is why I say you're probably going to want to download the slideshow, because there's a lot of links in here. A lot of people ask me, well, what do I need, right? What do I need to market social media? What do I need to increase my Google ranking? We're going to need a Facebook page, and I highly recommend taking my class on Facebook and ShortStack, and also Facebook and business pages. And the reason for that is I will teach you how to grow your traffic on your business page organically, and also add your friends and leverage other people's networks. Okay? Facebook and ShortStack is probably the most. That slideshow isn't. Does anybody in here know what ShortStack is? ShortStack is a lead capture app. So let's say you want to do on your Facebook business page, you know, like a contest. Enter to win a $100 gift card. Enter to win, you know, whatever it is, right? Well, people are not just going to fill that out on your business page, but they're going to share it with their friends. And it's so easy, this app, it's literally, you just go in and it's kind of like Jotform. You just kind of pick the questions you want, you throw it on there, you hit the Go Live app, and it goes live to your website. Even better, for those of us in the room who are cheapskates, it's free. So, it's a good thing to have. You're also going to need a Twitter profile. Everybody in here tweet for being here today. You want to make money off your tweets? Did you know you can? Okay. There's a website called Sponsored Tweets, sponsoredtweets.com. You do need about 100 followers in order for that to work. So go follow people, and they'll generally follow you back. You sign up for that, and there's little things that you can promote, and you'll get paid per click for each one. Sponsored tweets. And of course, I will email you my referral link so that I get paid on it as well. Pinterest. Anybody in here use Pinterest? Pinterest is really increasing in popularity in women mix. It is the largest platform for online purchases right now. I personally hate Pinterest because I can feel like an inferior human being all by myself. I don't need, you know, somebody making the fancy cupcakes making me feel bad, but it's there. If you have a personal Pinterest page, you can convert that into a business Pinterest page by simply going to business.pinterest.com. A business page option now. And, you know, granted, in my humble opinion, Google Plus is a lot like the tumbleweed of social media, but it is what it is. People are using it. People are on it. So it's good to know. It's good to have. So you need to set up a Google Plus profile and also a business page. You do that at plus.google.com. LinkedIn is also increasingly important and becoming more and more popular for professionals. LinkedIn has a couple other things that they've partnered with, one being SlideShare, which I am using religiously because we all know I'm a PowerPoint junkie. This SlideShare presentation is actually on SlideShare as well. Everybody in here using LinkedIn? Yeah? There is a clue on LinkedIn specifically that teaches you how to improve your LinkedIn results in 30 days or less. So keep that in mind. Then of course there's YouTube. Everybody knows YouTube is awesome. You can go there and find videos of cute little kittens and puppies and people having physical violent things performed that we all find hilarious. You know, getting kicked in the holes. You can't get enough of that, I mean, be honest. But the thing that a lot of people don't understand or know about YouTube, it's the #2 search engine in the world. Google being #1, YouTube being #2. Biggest things people are searching, how-tos, things like that. Real estate population, there's only about 2% of realtors using YouTube effectively and correctly. You know, Jonathan's got some great ideas that are a little bit outside the box. Those are the types of things that make impressions, you know. Simply saying, oh, here, look at my house is not, it's not efficient, it's not sufficient, it's not how we market. Instagram. Anybody using Instagram? I'll give you a little shortcut with this. One thing that I teach too, especially with social media, is video and pictures are king. So what I've been doing is I hooked up my Instagram on my phone to my Facebook and my Twitter, so that when I'm taking a photo through Instagram, it's posting to those two platforms, which is increasing my Instagram followership, but it's also forcing me to use that apps. Look at it as like a fancy little camera that you can add filters to when you take a selfie. What? Y'all are killing me this morning. And then of course, there's SlideShare. One thing that I'm using SlideShare for, and I'll give you a little shortcut hint, tip, trick that I do. When I get one piece of content, what I'll do is simply recreate that content and put it on a SlideShare presentation and put that out there as well. So it's another way for you to market yourself, your services, things like that. Provide valuable information to a different audience. Then of course, the Yahoo blogs. I'm actually running, and I'm ramping up right now, challenging myself to do 5 blogs a day, every single day, and really demonstrate how that get paid up front and also residual payment model works. And I'm tracking my stats every single day so that I can prove that. Mike has decided to take me on as far as the challenge goes, and he thinks he can beat me. So we'll see how that works. All right. Step 3, you have to remember it's all about the profiles, but you have to be cognizant of the platform that you're using, okay? For example, we all talk to somebody a little bit differently in an elevator than how we would talk to them in the grocery store line, or how we would speak to them in our living room, right? It's a little bit of a different conversation. Same thing with social media. Facebook is going to be more of your, everyday average user. Twitter is going to be a very consolidated profile, just very, very quick, simple, to the point. I like to make mine a little bit snarky and funny. Then, LinkedIn's going to be your professional resume. All of your profiles should not be the same. So, make an effort to make them just a little bit different, with your LinkedIn probably being the most professional. You want a professional headshot, you want an attention-getting headline. You want to talk about, your experiences, your connections, your contact info, your URLs, things that are compelling and interesting. What have you accomplished in your life? Just talk about those things. What have you done that has been extraordinary or that you're proud of? So your profile really needs to be fun, engaging, interesting, something people want to read, because eventually they will. When you create enough curiosity, people are going to be like, who is this guy? I want to know a little something about him. And really the objective of this is to link your other social media accounts from each. So, on each profile, it's going to ask you, do you have any other websites? Well, yes, here's my Facebook, here's my Twitter, here's my Pinterest, here's my Google+, here's my Remax website, here's this, here's that. So that you're linking all of these things together. All of that too, because one of the Google algorithms that Google is looking for are backlinks. So the more things that are linked to you and that you're linked out from, it increases your organic ranking. That makes sense? Everybody tracking? Everybody following? Okay. And it's always good when you're putting things in there to say, visit my website, check out my blog, or, call me for more information. You want to, and you've seen those things like on Facebook or on Twitter, like if this has happened to you, share if you agree, or, whatever. Me, I'm a rebel, I don't do it. It says like, I'm not either going to like it nor am I going to share it. But, if you're compelled to share something, it's always a good thing to have a call to action in there. All right, so you want to link everything. You see kind of the model and master plan here. It's your website, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Flickr, and Tumblr. Now, I don't use Tumblr as a platform. It's a blogging platform. My 13-year-old daughter does. She has a My Little Pony blog. Very successful My Little Pony blog that she runs on Tumblr, actually. It's bad when you train social media and your 13-year-old's kicking your butt. Okay, so gotta step. But see, again here, everything that you've put out there, or all this content you've put out there in Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Flickr, and Yelp, are all pushing back where? To your website. Because that's your moneymaker, right? One of them. I'll teach you how to make some more money elsewhere, but that's your main moneymaker, okay? So you want to have all of your accounts linked together, and you also want to have all of your social media accounts on your website. You know, because people are going to be, today's buyer, seller, I don't care who it is, wants to know who is on the other side of that screen. Who are you really? You know, are you really a successful realtor, or are you just, you know, some schmo who is going to do me wrong, right? So they need to know who you are. It's essentially the new, I'm sitting across the table getting to know you. Or, you know, I'm having wine with you at Whole Foods, which works, by the way. I don't know why everybody doubts me on that one. All right, let's talk about managing your social media life. This can be a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot of stuff to manage, right? Whole lot. So in order to keep it a little more underwhelming, I want you to visit hootsuite.com, and this link is live. What I like about this is you can get feeds from all of these different resources, from all of your fan base, friends, on all these different resources on one screen. It will segment it out. You can also program when you want your status updates to go out. Like, you can do that on your business page for Facebook, schedule your updates, but you can schedule all of your updates on this, even your personal page, if you want. So when I say that the recipe for success on social media is 4 posts a day, right, which is essentially 4 personal or personable posts to 1 business post. If all you're doing is posting business stuff like she who will remain unnamed, you get boring, right? Nobody, and people will tune you out. I know you're giggling back there because you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can't say it.
I can't. Kind of sucks, but we're tracking. We're on the same channel. But, you know, people will tune you out because you become that annoying network marketer, and nobody wants to have that annoying network marketer. You ever talk about, you know, is that all you do? It's annoying, you know. So you put things out there that people can relate to or respond to. Okay. It's very annoying, by the way. You okay over there? You alright? At Hootsuite, you can see if you link more than 5 accounts, but up to 5 accounts it is free. There is an online platform for this. There's also a downloadable desktop app that you can use. So go to that, get familiar with it. If you have questions, come see me. Then you finish getting set up, or some other tools that you need. Everybody know what a Gravatar is? Okay, on Google. And this is actually going to tie into Google authorship also. Your Gravatar kind of follows you. It stalks you all around the web. It's a little picture of you. So every piece of content that you post, every video, every blog, every article, your website, will have your pretty little face next to it, right? When someone's looking in Google and they see an article with somebody's picture next to it versus just an article, they are more inclined to click on the article with someone's picture next to it. Make sense? Gravatars are free, and it's an important thing to have. So all you have to do is upload your current headshot to that. Google authorship, same thing. Authorship account, it is free. What I did with mine is it will allow you on all of your blogging websites to have your beautiful face right next to that as well. But I have linked mine up through the Yahoo Contributor Network as well, because anything I write for Yahoo will also have my face next to it. Short Stack, I already talked about a little bit. A feature to help you get the most from your Facebook page. You've got contest polls, data collection, and analytics. I have read case studies on this tirelessly, and it literally increases your production and your fan base by 2,000% in 30 days. That's a huge increase, so specifically on that. Question?
So if you have just like 20 people right now on your fan page,
Mm-hmm.
they say they can get you 400 people in 30 days?
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee that, or did they say?
Well, not for the free account.
optimal?
Not pay if you want to play, but you know, the free account, I can teach you how to increase your fan base quite simply. And a quick shortcut to that is when I say make your 4 personal or personable posts every day, right? You take your one business post, you throw that on your fan page, right? Then what you do is you share from your business page to your personal page. There's your one business post, also drawing people in to like your Facebook page. Now remember, Facebook does not make it easy for us when we have a business page, because the algorithm that Facebook has will show business page posts in a feed only 16% of the time. So you're already losing out. Unless, of course, and this is, again, Facebook, public company, they gotta make their money, unless you buy ad space. You buy ad space, we're having a different conversation. One of the things that I did with my business page, and you can do the same, it's gonna ask you to follow 5 other business pages. What 5 business pages do you kind of want to stalk to see what they're doing? So I looked for the ones who had the highest increase in engagement to figure out what they were doing. 90% of them are using short stack.
Okay, so on the business page, how can you follow another business? I can't figure that part out. I can't like, when I'm on the business page, I can't like another business page. I can like it on my personal page, and then,
No, you can. And that's actually part of the Facebook business page class I teach. You can. It's very possible. It can be done. I can show you. So now, content is king, right? Yeah? Everybody in this room has some specialized knowledge, right? How to buy the perfect pair of shoes, how to make the perfect pancake, how to not murder your clients, right? Everybody in here's got something. So my recipe for you is 3 Yahoo blogs a week or other platform. You know, this isn't the only way, it is a way. The reason that I like this so much though is because you've got that upfront income plus the passive income opportunity. Okay? I'm not saying that that's what you have to do, but it's a good recipe. Then I want you to create videos using what you've already scripted on the blog. So if you're gonna write kind of a tongue-in-cheek blog, shoot a tongue-in-cheek video around that blog. You know? Make it simple, or do something as a supplement to that and then add the video to the blog. Now, extra hint with YouTube, you can monetize your videos. You know that, right? Videos can make money for you. Did you know that? Videos can make money for you. See? Already turned you on to like 2 whole money-making opportunities that do not involve aluminum foil and breakfast tacos. So,
it's a good idea.
it's a great idea. It's $1 million idea. I love it. I'm fully behind it. So what you're going to do is take what you've already written, what you've already done, and you're going to utilize that on YouTube. And all you have to do to monetize your videos, clicky little checkboxy thingy. I monetize the office videos. Why not? So then you're going to create 1 to 3 infographics using the same data for blogs and YouTube. And if you followed the office page, one that I did last week was 5 reasons to sell your home now, or 5 reasons to buy now. I'm working on one that is 5 reasons to sell now. Do you have to be a graphic designer to create an infographic? No. Why? Because I found you 3 amazing resources that do it for you, and all you have to do is push the content in there. That's it. The first one, and this is probably most appropriate for novices, is going to be Infogram, which is infogr.am. I know it's a little strange. What that does is it's got the infographics already created. All you have to do is push content in there and then publish it. Easy. The next one up, which is probably more of an intermediate level, is going to be Visually. That one's a good one as well. The one that I have become addicted to is this one. It's Pick2Chart. Now I have used all 3 of these as I have increased my own skill set in infographic creation, and the reason I like this one is, 1, it's free. They're all free up to a point, obviously. You know how that goes. They'll give you just enough, and then you got to pay if you want more. Why I like this one is it gives me an opportunity to create a blank slate. I can upload custom graphics to it, and really all I do to find my graphics, I don't make them. I just Google whatever it is I'm searching for, and then snake an image off of the web. Okay. But you can do this. It's very, very simple to do, and I've gotten it down to about 30 minutes per infographic. So that's a cool thing to do. Number 1 downloaded and shared thing on Pinterest. So just as FYI. Then using that same content, you can create 1 to 3 SlideShare presentations per week. So you're not having, and this is why I think a lot of people get overwhelmed, you're not having to create all of this different content on subjects. Done. Simplify your marketing life. But you're also able to push that out to different audiences, which is what we're going to talk about now. We're going to push the content. You're going to share your blogs, your videos, your slide shares, your infographics, all on all your social media outlets. Include simple phrases like, what do you think, or please share. And then this is kind of the hint I was giving Jonathan a while ago. Share your business page to your personal. That increases your likes and exposure. You know, if you're using ShortStack, for example, say, 500th person to like my page gets a $25 gift card to whatever. So then all of a sudden people are going to be like, oh, share this, like it, because the 500th person is going to get, whatever. Now, if they're, smart, they're going to like it, and then they're going to watch it, and wait, and then unlike it, and then like it when it gets to $4.99. But, hint for you internet folks watching at home. It's going to increase your readership and response rate, and it'll also increase your friend count across all social media outlets. Because generally, if somebody's going to like your business page, they're all subscribed to your posts or follow you or whatever it is. So, if you're looking to increase your friend count, there you go. All right. Of course, no class would be complete without some super secret content creation tips. What I do is I use personal experiences and life experiences as bloggable moments. Like, for example, I wrote a couple blogs, how to navigate your way through a fire claim, find, the worst contractor ever, what to look for in a good contractor, what the 10 habits of highly successful real estate agents, things like that. So I use these things and I work them around, a blog. Like, nothing holds up closing like a client in a Mexican prison. How to overcome the terrorist watch list. So what I do is, my little notepad here, I'll write these things down, and then of course I put them into a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet on my laptop, as a matter of fact, that has over 600 different title ideas on it. If you want them, just tell me. I'm willing to share. It's also a great way, because I'm not giving this to Mike, because I'm not helping him win. But if you're using these, it's a great opportunity as a springboard for you to have different content creation tips. Just different ideas. Because you have to be an expert in a little bit of everything, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be a finance expert, you have to be a marriage counselor, a chief cook and bottle washer, and you have to know a little bit about real estate. So there's really no limitation to what you can write. But I mean, we're talking even things like, how Dodd-Frank affects the real estate industry, things like that. One of my beats on Yahoo, which after a while they'll start assigning you different things, is a perspective on the news piece. And if anyone thinks I'm not going to write something absolutely about the increase, it's coming. I've written about the ACA, how that affected real estate, because it did with capital gains. Things like that. So just take those experiences and blog about them, use those to talk about. It's also going to help you network with other industry professionals, because what you're doing when you're putting this content out there, you look like a real estate expert. You funny about this is, after a while, once you've cemented yourself as an industry level expert by sharing content that you've created versus just sharing something that someone else has published, people will start coming to you and asking you questions. They come to you and ask you questions, half the battle's already won. Right? As long as you answer the questions correctly. Clearly if you're answering them wrong, that's a problem. But you have to be a little bit creative with your titles. Think about what you would click on. If you're a health nut, for example, don't just write something, 5 best foods for you to eat. Do a blog about, the 5 foods that are killing you. People are going to be like, oh, there's food that's killing you? Number 1, McDonald's. Number 2, breakfast tacos. Mad at your realtor, ask yourself why. What is a buyer representation agreement and why do I need it? Welcome to home remodel heck. Strategic business partnerships, why do I care? 5 of the strangest seller objections. Those of you who've been in this game for a while have heard these. You could even do a blog about St. Joseph. That'd be a cool one. And kind of like a case study on St. Joseph. I put St. Joseph in this house and it sold Nineveh. St. Joseph wasn't here, but when I put him here, bam. You probably haven't been in this long enough to know the legend of St. Joseph, but basically what you do is you take a St. Joseph statue and you bury it in the yard, upside down and facing away from the house. And you can get with Jonathan, he can explain it better than I. But it is on your business page, that's right. So, I mean, that's a good piece of content for you to create. More and more and more. Again, this is where I reiterate, 4 personal or personable posts to 1 business post. People do not care what you know till they know that you care. A human being under there. Sometimes they'll like that human being and sometimes they won't. That's not your problem. What your problem is to find the people that do like you and attract those like-minded people. Because chances are if they don't like you digitally, they're not going to like you in real life either. I've found that to be true time and time again. But you need to post social media accounts 3 to 4 times a week to do that. And it's going to be approximately 1 to 2 hours interfacing with people on social media, and you can interface with all platforms at one time on Hootsuite. And what do I mean by interface? I'm talking about liking other people's posts, commenting on other people's posts, retweeting something that someone else has done, communicating with them on Twitter. By the way, if you want to follow me, I'm at Witch of Cinema. That's not it. And it doesn't have to be all done at once. You can break it up throughout your day. One little thing that I have not shared with you yet about Hootsuite, one of the reasons I like it, there is an option on there when you're scheduling posts where it will ask you, do you want me to push this post out when the most people are logged on to any platform? Right? You never really know what's going to hit or what's going to fall flat because you don't really know who's logged on and who isn't. But what statistics are showing us is that Thursday and Friday have the most engagement on most outlets at work. So that's a good time to post, right? 3 p.m. is also a good time to post, and 6 p.m. is a good time to post, but primarily in the evening, right around 8 o'clock. A bit of little some tricks for you. Those are when the Thursdays and Fridays. And Friday, on Facebook, everyone lets you know it's Friday and what they're going to eat for lunch. Just so not annoying at all, which I say with extreme sarcasm. But you want to be natural, you want to be relevant, you want to be yourself. Then of course I had to throw a joke in here, unless you suck, then fake it. If you don't suck, be yourself. If you suck, probably not a good idea. Videos, photos, and infographics are the most widely shared items. You want to convey emotions, but keep the motivational quotes to a minimum. Guilty. Yeah, which is fine. I mean, you really don't want to do it more than 3 times a week unless you've got something to quote. Let's say, for example, you're going to post an infographic or a meme and you've got something to add to it, something to say to it. That's fine. That's cool.
I go now to whoever is the quote from, whatever their birthday is, that's when we do it.
Oh, that's cool. I like that idea. And everybody kind of has their thing. Like Kim's thing is joke of the day. That's been pretty successful. The jokes are terrible, but it's been pretty successful. So there's ways that you can link that back to your website and link that back to people. So a side note: hashtags. We all know I love hashtags. I was using hashtags on Facebook even before they made them live. The reason that these are important is you can use, this is just an example, but the hashtag Christmas shopping to talk about wish lists and, the best places to shop for Christmas. It's something personable, right? People like to know where they can get good deals during the holidays. Several companies and groups also make hashtags to drive more relevant audiences to one area. 2012 U.S. elections, Black Friday, things like that. You can see which hashtags are trending when you launch, but also has what's trending on there. So if you jump on, as much as I hate this, if you jump on the social media bandwagon, you're actually increasing your exposure when you're using hashtags, because when someone is filtering through this content, they're going to click on this hashtag. And it's going to bring up every single post that has used that hashtag. For example, one that's been trending on Twitter, particularly interested in real estate. Just hashtag real estate. That's pretty cool to know, right? You can use that. And if you link up your Facebook and your Twitter, you've got the best of both worlds. So you can use that hashtag. And you'll see me use hashtags even on the office business page, and that's another way that I increase exposure and growth to the office business page organically, because people are clicking. They'll see that and they'll be like, okay, this is kind of a cool page, I'm gonna like it. That's why I post, that lighter side of real estate stuff as well. People respond well to that. They think it's pretty funny.
Recently saw a post with 24 hashtags.
I'm sorry. I was busy. It wasn't me. Thank God. I usually won't go more than like 5. Depends on how free that day. 24? What on earth would you need 24 hashtags for? It was Mike, wasn't it? Oh. 24 is overkill. But using 2 or 3 strategically. And sometimes I'll use them as a marketing thing, and sometimes I'll use them just to be funny. It just depends on my mood, But again, regardless of whether you're using them for marketing or just to be funny, if you're using them to be funny, you're increasing engagement, which is going to help your marketing anyway. Okay? So basically a hashtag is an invitation for other people to come and join and become part of a conversation that you've begun. Like I hashtag Wine Wednesday. I search the hashtag Wine Wednesday. Every day is Wine Wednesday. And then that way people can look up Wine Wednesday and they'll see all the people who posted something about Wine Wednesday. And I'll be on that list every time. It's amazing the amount of friend requests I've gotten lately at 2 in the morning. That was a joke. So you want to keep the figures positive so that you're making relevant hashtags. And, I kind of touched on that when I said you can find out what's trending, which is good to know. Okay? 21 rules for effective social media marketing. There are no secrets to success. If you don't contribute, no one's going to listen. That's a big one. A lot of people are afraid to contribute. Position yourself to be an expert. Create meaningful conversations. Activity and productivity are not the same. Remember that. And that's relevant even outside of social media. Quality trumps quantity every time. Avoid being spammy. No one likes spam, unless they're from Hawaii. Always keep it real. Don't be fake. That too. Conversation is a two-way street. Think about it like this. When you're posting something and other people are responding to it and you're not responding to those people, are they going to continue responding to what you have to say? No, because you haven't shown that you value their opinion or what they have to say. And I'm not saying you have to value everyone's opinion and what they have to say, because, there's some people on the internet that probably have no business on it. But, respond to most worthwhile posts, and that's actually how you start a conversation. Connections don't imply permission. That's an important one. Don't friend somebody and 2 seconds later say, hi, I'm a real estate agent. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, please contact me. Your relationship-based selling, it takes a little bit more time than that. Access doesn't equal entitlement. It doesn't mean that you can post on other people's pages, hey, I'm a real estate agent. If you want information on buying or selling a home, contact me. Right? You need to talk to people about that first. And honestly, the best way to get social marketing out there is when someone says something unsolicited about you. Oh, Vanessa's the best real estate agent ever. She works so hard. No. That's the best kind of endorsement. Adaptability is essential. And I say this because what always changes? Well, technology does. They change the look, the feel, the accessibility all the time. So you have to be adaptable to that. You have to be aware of what's coming down. Facebook just changed the timeline to make pictures bigger. Who really cares? Whatever. That's what the people want. So. Amplification without accomplishment is worthless. Let's talk about that for a minute. You can't say, I'm the best thing since sliced bread and pockets on jeans if you haven't sold a house in 6 months, right? You're just amplifying your own reputation without anything to back it up. So when you have an accomplishment, talk about it. When you win those RE/MAX awards or things like that, talk about it. Take a picture of it, post that. That's an accomplishment. That's something that people will respond to. Some people are reluctant to do that because they don't want to be braggy, but you're really not. You're just saying, hey, I was recognized for this by my company. This is what I've done with my company. There is another brokerage that will not be named who posts their sales numbers every month. But it works for them. That's a good form of marketing. Engagement and enrichment are essential. You have to engage with other people. I'm not saying you have to engage with everybody. Find, what do I always say, like-minded people. Start engaging them in conversations. Enrich their lives. Give them something they would not have otherwise had. When you see somebody out there saying, hey, I need a plumber referral. Well, you as a real estate professional probably know. And say, I've used this guy in X amount of transactions. It's kind of ninja selling because you're not outright saying I'm a real estate agent and I've used this guy. You're saying I've used this guy in X number of my real estate transactions. So you've planted that seed that you're in the real estate business, right? But you've also enriched their lives. Last but not least, consistency. Consistency is key. If you use these methods, you will see your lead generation and base expand exponentially. I will give you an example. Last night alone at 7 o'clock, 3 messages to me asking me questions about joining our brokerage. 3. 7 o'clock last night. Now, tell me what that would do for your business. 3, 4 people a day coming to you and asking you a question. Because they see you as a source of information, and you don't have to pay for that. It's just stuff that you put out there. So it doesn't stop here. If your environment does not support creativity and flow, you're not going to stay motivated. So you have to make sure that you're in the right environment, that you're brainstorming. Like when Jonathan came up with that Oscar selfie idea, that was awesome. That was, hilarious. We replicated on one list. Huh? We did a really good job of that. I was proud of it. It was really nice. I mean, we didn't get all the cast members that we wanted, but we came pretty close. He got to be Kevin Spacey. No, don't look at me. But no, it turned out really, really cute. I actually want to print that and frame it because it's super cute, put it beside the actual selfie. We did tweet that to Ellen DeGeneres. She hasn't gotten back to us. I'm very disappointed. But you need to find like-minded people, and again, everyone you come across is a lead. Everybody, whether they're in the market to buy or sell right now or not. Because if they leave your presence with a warm fuzzy, like you know what you're doing, what's going to happen? When they're standing around the water cooler at work, and they're talking to the guy who's like, yeah, kids are growing up and going to college. We're thinking about, putting a house on the market. Oh, you know what? I know a guy. So don't think that lead generation begins and ends just with finding a person. Obviously, that's important. And if you have nothing else to do all day long, you've got 8 hours to go find a buyer or a seller. If you're proactively soliciting for 8 hours, you're going to find one. They're out there. Problem is, most folks will allow their day to get taken up with busy work. So, segment your day, segment some time for prospecting. We're going to do it a full day. I mean, whatever works for you. But segment your day and cement out some time to find a buyer or seller. But remember, in all of your conversations and all of your interactions on social media and off, everyone that we meet becomes a business resource. Whether they are the cashier at H-E-B or the animal trainer at SeaWorld or the little blue-haired lady that cut you off in traffic. Right? Because she's going to die very soon. What do I always say? Stalk them until they become an estate sale. All right. Any questions? Any answers? Any feedback?